So I'm gonna be recording like post commentary on the games I just played against Bloom for the Summer Cup, which I mid, not in the ladder, but I wanted to do something a bit more, I guess not silly. So anyways, first I start out as Spy. I'm just gonna do everything from my perspective and we'll see how it goes from there. So I guess begin. Begin. So I am getting major lag right now. Wow. Okay. If it doesn't go away like immediately, I'm restarting this recording. Basically what I do to record like this is I have a giant fan set up next to my computer, which is a laptop. And the giant fan cools the computer so that it doesn't lag when I record. It's a system. Anyways, I didn't do much at this point. All I did was bug at this point in the game. It was a nice bug. Whoops, I dropped the microphone. It was a risky bug that probably shouldn't have paid out, but it did. So then here's the banana bread. This is the play of the game. So Bloom plays behaviorally. I learned. I've never played him before. He plays behavioral, kind of like me. I like that. So he low-lit me because I took the drink after the banana bread, which is something I myself low-lit for, and which is why I did it, to lose heat. I figured, hey, he probably doesn't look for this, but on the off chance he does, I'll do it. And from there, you know, I get my flirt done, but the double agent left, which really worried me during the game. I was afraid that having to do a second banana bread or swapping or something would just kill me. But little did I know I was low lit, so there's that. I figured I was playing like I wasn't low lit, although now looking back I can see I obviously was. So I didn't chase the seduction target, and I figured I'd go to statues once the suspected double agent left. And I didn't know they were suspected at the time. No, but then I was like, whatever, man, and I went to go flirt. And then I went to statues. This is weird. I don't normally do this. So I had 85% flirt, 1 bug done, 0 contacts done, and here's my 3 inspects. Probably should have re-elevated me from a light, like looking back. That's what I think Bloom should have done. I mean, I would have tried to remember to do that, but if I had forgotten the reasoning for my low light, it's understandable. And here, I tried to stay kind of away from my seduction target. I knew the flirt would still work, and I figured no reason to make it obvious who I'm flirting with. Although, it is still pretty obvious. And I looked for the double agent, figured I'd talk on entry because red plaid would block my arms enough. I was checking to see how much he'd block, but then the sniper camera turned and who cares? And I was really, really worried, but it looks like he was looking at the other people, not me. And that's the first game. I believe Control N will just bring me to the next. Control Shift N? No next replay? What are you talking about? Ah, it's in reverse. 1 second. Is there a way to... There we go. No. Date. There we go. So now I'm on the sniper roll. Hopefully this will give some insight looking back. I think I'm on the sniper roll. It looks like me. Yeah, I remember. I had highlight him just in case he bugged. I wanted to be able to see it as clearly as possible. I highlight blue, light blue. And I told myself Snaps had 2 inspects done. And I don't know what happens next, honestly. I forget who the spy... Oh, the spy was Top Hat. I low-lit both Snaps and Bond for that excellent display of pathing. I didn't think Bloom would be able to do it, It's not to say that he couldn't have gone into practice mode and practiced pathing to his heart's content until he was extremely good at it, but I didn't think he did. Again, never played Bloom though, so I probably shouldn't have made that kind of assumption. I believe Blue Dress was going to remain a suspect of mine along with Blue Danger for quite some time. Here I told myself that Top Hat had 2 inspects, which is the eventual reason for his demise later on. And from there, I think I low-lit Orange Dress for not purloining. Not sure though. No, I was looking at him, Blue Danger, I think. He's getting his flirts done. I wasn't really caring, to be honest. He hadn't done anything notable yet. He kind of played it slow, but the double inspect combined with a later banana bread. So he banana breads. At this point, I low-lit him. But then I was like, wait, there's totally a suspected double agent in that conversation. So I relit him. But I kept the other guy low-lit because he was taking a drink. And from there, he wasn't top suspect, I don't think. Although I think the match ends pretty soon. Maybe he was top suspect. Because at this point, sure, Blue Danger and Blue Dress were suspects, but they had done so little. So had he, but like, they didn't. There's a minute left. You have to be doing stuff if you haven't been doing stuff. And they weren't. They hadn't been to statues, really. So I felt pretty confident in the shot. And let's see if this works. Great. On to the next one. This is me as the spy. So, flirt at the start, not really exciting. Then I stopped flirting and sipped my drink. Then I decided to banana bread and he left. So that was upsetting. And then he low-lit the double agent, even though he hadn't taken a drink till afterwards. But, you know, whatever. So at this point, I'm top suspect. I knew I was top suspect. Who else could it have been? If he said later, after this game, if General was talking during the banana bread, General would have died. But, alas, that's not what happened. Honestly, he said also that if General didn't win, then he was low-lit, which really only left me. I don't know if he actually low-lit General, though. I haven't taken a look over these replays. I kind of just played the match, so I'm not too concerned with being unfamiliar. And at this point, as soon as I talk, I'm dead. Like, if I wasn't, you know... Watch. I talk. It didn't even have to be a flirt. I waited quite a while after entry, but it didn't matter. On to the next one. With me as sniper this time. This was a really nice match. I felt like I played very well. So, let me pause to explain. He's about to get highlight. There we go. There's his light. So at this point in the game, you're wondering what the highlight was for. It wasn't for pathing. But if you go back in the match a little bit, so if we go back, and let's look at my view again, and this time I'll try to be a bit more helpful. So, my view. So I noticed that one person is talking, and it's the ambassador, and then nobody interrupts that person. So my thinking is, somebody might have flirted. So I highlight both of the people outside a conversation, because the spy would have been flirting. And that's not a great way to go about getting highlights. It's not a great way to go about getting top suspects. But if you just want some light highlights off the bat, that's a good way to do it. And because nobody interrupted anyone, and I made that kind of dumb assumption, but it's worked multiple times for me in the past and this match. So I say it was good. This one, spoiler won me the game. I mean, I don't want to spoil all of them in advance, but I do know how it all... I know how it all goes down. At this point, he doesn't know he's highlight. But all he doesn't do much. Like, there's the banana bread. This is when he became top suspect. I should be talking about the other lights, but whatever. I mean, they're just for random stuff. I'll try to be better. When he rejected, I was pretty sure it was him. I was thinking, like, as a spy probably wouldn't take a drink, and then when he talked, I had to shoot. On to the next one. Me as spy. You know what I'm about to do, go flirt. Pretend like I was an AI bouncing. Flirt. I'm watching the double agent at this point because I want to know if I could just get an early banana bread. I don't think I do. I think I was hoping he would come in, but then he didn't. You can't see it, but that briefcase circle was there. I was about to go do that, but then they did it. So I think I was waiting for the flirtation cooldown to expire at this point, because my flirt target did like a weird thing where they came in and out. The camera movement was just me having fun. Don't pay attention to that. So I have 2 flirts and nothing else. But I figure he probably has a top suspect at this point that I'll spend a bit more time paying attention to than the people who are either neutral lit or low lit, because there was no way I was highlight at that point. So here I figured I'm going to pick up a highlight, but then I noticed, if we switch to the sniper view, hey, he's not rotating over. I guess I'll just go swap the statue, and he'll rotate and be upset he missed it. So, this was the turning point where I had known I won. I figured the banana bread there was enough people in conversation that I wouldn't feel bad. But yeah, once the swap happened, I knew I had won. I didn't do any inspects. There's the highlight for statue visits, but when you have just a highlight and 1 flirt left, it's very hard to lose. So I was confident. And at this point, there was a bit of a hype train building. Because, you know, this is my... I mean, I did lose one. I got shot. Like, why do I feel like I skipped over that? I don't know. I got shot on balcony. But at this point, I've won 3 out of 4. And I was feeling pretty good. On to the next one. Whoa. Next one. Alright, I'm sniper now. What's going on? Swap was on. Oh, he removed purloin, so kind of out of sight, out of mind. I really like when people remove purloin or swap. It frees up so much of my attention to do the things I always want to do but can't. Since I play a bit more behavioral, like, I could lowlight, I'm about to lowlight Top Hat for an activity, and I can pay attention to the fact of why he's lowlit because I'm not paying attention to purloin. I might have forgotten later on otherwise. At this point, Spy isn't highlight yet. Spy hasn't done much yet. Still hasn't done much. Honestly, at this point the Spy is very close to getting low lit, but then the double agent left and saved Bloom from getting low lit. So I did low light the Spy actually, but then I decided that's a bad idea. Why, it could totally be him just spending a bit of time, and Top Hat still hasn't done anything. I believe General was low lit for an activity as well. I checked God, I'm so stupid. I checked purloin, it's not a thing. I low lit for not purloining, it's not a thing. Maybe I low lit for not fingerprinting. I'll pretend that's that. At this point, orange dress was my top suspect. So that banana bread changed the entire game. I saw her talking. I remembered earlier I was messing around with her. Figured I'd highlight. At this point, he gets one more flirt done before running out of time, I believe. Oh, I spoiled it again. Ignore that bit. And yeah, I mean, or maybe he got 2 flirts done. I think because I was kind of being overzealous with my shots, he told me this kind of, like, he thought I'd just shoot somebody because I take quick shots, and I do take quick shots, but I don't take stupid shots when I'm playing in a competitive setting. In a regular setting, I'll shoot for really dumb things. I unplugged my computer for a bit. Oops. So, yeah, I was like, there's no way he's done. None of my suspects are really... I don't know why I just low-lit him. Oh, I'd highlight him for going to statues, but then I low-lit him because he didn't swap, because he was inactive. Because I remembered the light from earlier. So at this point, I didn't know, but I didn't care either. So... although some of the scoring in this tournament is based off of... what was I gonna say? Based off of if you shoot the spy or not. So it is kind of important to do that. Anyways, here's my my favorite mode in the world. All hardtails, high rise. Everybody gets so cocky they'll catch you, and then you bug at the start, kind of poorly. Then you go into this conversation. I mean, if I have this mode, I'm rushing. Like, look, this is how it goes down. I request a drink, I banana bread, I purloin, I win. I mean, even if he saw the purloin, he wouldn't have shot. It could have been a reject. There's no way I'm done. But I was. And there we go. Quick win out of the bag. You wouldn't see it coming. Like, you don't... Sure, it is risky to, like, bug like that, but other than that, I was pretty much safe. And I figured he was going to check statues to memorize anyways, so he probably wasn't looking too hard. Oh wait, I was sniper this round. Yeah. So, highlight ambassador, low light him. I low light for going... No, that's... I low lit, but kept the book. I figured if she transfers, I'll notice the book being different, but otherwise, I'm confident it's not the spy. I low lit for a statue rush because swap statue was on, so if the statue swapped, I'd relight, but otherwise it's probably not him. I low lit him for going to bookcase, then I marked the book. So I was playing kind of risky. I felt like I could afford it since I had won no matter what at this point, but I just wanted to... It's still good to, you know, play slightly differently every game, just to make sure you don't fall into really easily read patterns. He hasn't done much at this point, but I've done a lot. I low-lit top hat for an activity. Oh yeah, I had high-lit white jacket for getting that second book at the second case, and then taking it out like I was almost sure it was him, because of how weird it was. But then I started to think, would it really be him? Would he really act that weird? It was at this point in the game I realized purloin was off, but I had low-lit brown dress for taking a drink and doing the leaving thing. Because, sure, Spy could do that, but I didn't think he would at this point in the game. I think I low-lit for bringing the book back and just generally being weird. And I decided to highlight the remaining people. I figured it's just easier to watch. There was no real reason for their lights. They weren't being overly suspicious. Although I was getting pretty suspicious of Yellow Jacket over there, because boy is that a good place to bug. And then he rejected, but Blue Jacket was getting... He swapped. Did I miss that? I couldn't have, right? I'm supposed to be able to know. How did I miss that swap? That's an... Ah. Oh, it was a green swap. Was about to say... What happened from here? Oh, the banana bread went off. Yellow Jacket was at statues and I won. He should have flirted and fingerprinted. That's what I think. He could have beat me. And that was that. I mean, that's all I have to say about the games. You know? 20 minutes, jeez. Hopefully I helped you learn something. I just want to put this up because it's fun to watch SpyParty games. Especially, like, the competitive ones. Like, when there's actually something at stake here. I mean, granted, it's a round robin. And I did have, like, 2,000 more games than Bloom. Not to be cocky, but I expected to do well. I did play well, though. I don't want to take credit away from that. Sometimes there were things that could have gone better, but I do feel like these were well-played games. Anyways, thanks for watching, I guess. Oh, in the description, at some point, Kikar said he was going to be casting all of these games. So, if you'd like to see someone else try to analyze the stupid things I do, you could go watch that. What? I get really awkward towards the outros. Thanks for watching. Bye.